Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome to Beach Walk Vlog. Today I want to talk again about change. Change is something that's very difficult for a lot of people, and I used to struggle with change myself a number of years ago. I've since got a lot better at dealing with change and actually bringing about my own changes, because the first thing that I had to realize was that what I am doing now is not working. And that's the first thing. You have to understand and appreciate and accept what you are doing right now is not getting you the result that you want, and you have to change. Because you've probably heard that expression, keep doing the same thing that you always did and you'll keep getting the same thing that you always got. So the only way to get something different is to do something different, right? It's just that simple. You get a change when you implement a change, right? But in order to do that, what you have to see is that what you're doing now is not working, and that takes a special bit of consideration. It takes self kind of awareness and self kind of discipline to say that what I'm doing currently is not working, and I need to change. I need to implement a new strategy. It also takes commitment. Because I'm going to use a drug addict analysis. If you are a drug addict, say you're a smoker or a drinker, whatever, or take drugs. I said analysis and I didn't mean analysis, I meant example. I'm still thinking about gait analysis. So if you have a drug addict, a smoker, you have to commit to not being a smoker. You have to commit to not being an alcoholic. You have to commit to not being a drug addict. But that's not really the problem. The problem is something else. The problem is caused by something else. It's the same thing with injured runners. This SI joint issue that you have, it's not just because the SI joint gave up, it's because it's been trained to do something. And that thing that it's been trained to do is not conducive to you running. It's the same thing with people training their glutes to externally rotate the hip while the foot is on the ground, i.e. doing squats. If you train that glute to do the wrong thing at the wrong place at the wrong time, when you run, it will do the wrong thing in the wrong place at the wrong time, i.e. it will try and do what you're training it to do, which is not going to end well. It's not going to end well for the foot, the knee. It's not going to end well for the SI joint, blah blah blah. So you really have to admit to yourself, and this isn't difficult. It really isn't difficult. It's actually really simple, but it's hard for people to do this, because we get very attached to the things that we do. We get emotionally attached to the things that we do, the workouts that we do, the places that we go to. Humans are emotional beings, and we get attached to things really easily. And one of those things is how I enjoy doing something. So I might enjoy doing a particular exercise and seeing that I'm lifting more weight, I'm getting stronger. But what I don't see, or what I don't realize, is how that exercise, that movement, getting stronger in that movement, is actually negatively affecting my running. And that takes a very you have to be able to look at your own self, the things that you do, from an external perspective. And that's what I did. That's what I had to do when I was super injured and doing all the quote unquote right things, doing all the strength work, doing all the traditional core work, doing all the stretching. So I come from a background of gymnastics, powerlifting, a little bit of bodybuilding, and I was really strong, really flexible in all the wrong places, and that was causing my gait cycle to be really ineffective, and I struggled to get through my gait cycle, and that's why I got injured so much. But I had to let go of all that other stuff that I was doing in order to find a different way that was going to work better for running. So I had to self-analyze. I had to self-analyze and then say, you know what? If I keep doing the same thing I've always done, I'm just going to keep getting the same thing I always got. And I need to change. At that point, I didn't know what I needed to change to or what I could change to, because there was nothing out there. Everything, every person, every media outlet, every social media channel was strength training, do your squats, do your glute bridges, do your side planks, your forward planks, your this plank, your that plank, stretch this, stretch that. Everything was that. There wasn't another option. There wasn't gait in the way that the Sling Method talks about it and describes it and trains it. There was none of that. And this is the thing, you know, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of runners in the same predicament I was in. And I think that most of you are fearful of letting go. You're fearful of letting go of what you've always done to potentially get a different result. Now, here's where I differ. I will let go of something in a heartbeat if it isn't working. If it isn't giving me what I wanted it to give me, I will just let go. I'll drop it like a hot potato. But a lot of people are not willing to do that, and I understand that, because you're fearful of letting go of what's getting you the result that you already have, which is like maybe you can run with some pain, and you're not quite ready to let go. But here's the thing, and this is the truth: if you let go and then start something new, you need to let go of the things that are not working. Now, you can pretty much safely say that what you're doing, everything that you're doing right now is not working. So just stop. Just stop. Just let go. Again, I know it's easier said than done, but it actually isn't. It's not easier said than done. It's actually really easy to do. You just have to let go. You just have to stop. You have to not do the things that you're doing. You have to stop doing those things. Right? You have to not do them. Why is it harder to not do it than it is to actually do it when it's getting you such a bad result? And I say this from experience. I do not do any of the things that I used to do. I don't do bicep curls. I don't do shoulder presses, bench presses, push-ups. I don't do squats. I don't do lunges. I don't do deadlifts. I don't do any of the stuff that I used to do. None of it. Literally none of it. But I also don't get the pain that I used to get. I don't get that calf tear that I used to regularly get. Right? I also cannot touch the ground anymore like a hamstring stretch. Like, you know, oh, touch your toes. I used to be able to put my palms flat on the ground. I can't do that anymore, and whoop-de-fucking-do. I can't touch my hands on the ground anymore. Who cares? It's just a party trick. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't get me anything. And I'm now pain-free, injury-free, and I run every day. Right? So I've lost the ability to put my palms flat on the ground, but I've gained injury-free, pain-free running. That's a trade-off that I'm happy with. I'm more than happy with. I'm super happy with. Wouldn't you be happy with that? So you may not be able to squat the same weight that you've been squatting for the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Who cares? Why does that matter? What matters is that you can run pain and injury free. And I'll leave it there. Talk to you soon. Bye.